Hi all, today we are going to learn about cluster creation in Postgres. So what is a database cluster? A database cluster is a collection of databases that is managed by a single instance of a running database server. After initialization, a database cluster will contain a database named Postgres, which is meant as a default database for use by utilities, users and third-party applications. The default database cluster in Postgres location is where lib pgsql 13 data, and this depends upon the version of Postgres we are using. Okay, now we'll see the steps to create a database cluster. So the first step is to create a folder where the database is to be initiated. And the owner and group of the created folder should be Postgres, and the folder should have appropriate access. So I am creating a database here, a directory here, mkdir testdb, and then the next step is to go to the bin path where I have a utility called the initdb, which is used for the initialization of database cluster, and I am running the command. Here we are initializing the database by mentioning the location of the directory we created. So once that is done, we need to start the new database cluster. So when starting the new database cluster, we will end up in an error. This is because the new database cluster will also try starting in the default port 5432. So there are two methods through which we can start the database cluster. So method one is to stop the default running server and then start the new server. So here I am stopping the default server, which is in data path pgsql 13 data path, and then I can start the new database server. I'm starting the new database server here. This is the first method. Method 2 is to change the port number of either the server. In most cases, we will change the port number of the new server to a port number of our choice. Here I have changed it to 5433 other than the default port number, that is 5432. So by changing the port number of the new cluster, I can have both the clusters, that is 5432 cluster and 5433 cluster, up and running. So this is all about database creation, database cluster creation and usage. Thank you.